We just got some shadow drops happening for champions. I get all my information about 2xKO from Twitter, which is both a good thing and a double-edged sword. Good thing because you get some sneak peeks. Double-edged sword because you get a bunch of crying, whining babies that need to grow up and come out of their mum's basement. There was some sort of leak, basically, of Akali in the champions and the bar to showcase like what champions you're playing. And Akali was one of them. And it was set on a stage that is the Sentinels of Light. And then everyone was speculating Senna, because she is like the main character of the Sentinels of Light. After that happened, boom, 2xKO on Twitter drops a full shebang reply confirming the champions, but also not really talking so much about the layups, but sort of like saying to everyone like, chill out, which is good because they needed to do that because their first article was pretty bad. Right, without further ado, let's go into the really fun stuff of the day. Let's have a look at the 2xKO Twitter. So here it is. This is the article that came out about 16 hours ago when I was not looking and sleeping. Right, what's next plus new champs? Hey everyone, Unconquerable here. We should have made a video to talk about this face-to-face, but the team is heads down and we wanted to chat ASAP. Our focus. Our team is still fully committed and working on 2xKO, and we're doubling down on building for the FGC that loves this genre. So this kind of like this sentence here, because I kind of already half read this, is we are no longer going to make this game for casuals, or we are doubling down on making this game for the people that love this game. The already pre-existing FGC. That's probably what Riot was like basically banking on. It was like, okay, we are gonna have 160 devs, shit ton of devs, and we are trying to get everyone playing this game. They didn't do that. It didn't pop off in that way. But they made a bet, they lost the bet, and now moving forward, the bet is going to be no more casuals. We're doubling down. The team is now shifting focus. They're mentioning 3 things: duo play, core gameplay, and community and competitive programs. Duo play. It's been amazing to see so many players discover how fun 2xKO with a duo can be, and we want to make that experience more accessible. We've been prototyping a local duo mode experience that will let you and a friend play couch co-op together against the world. We're still finalizing plans for this feature, but it's a top priority and we're working to get it into the game as quickly as possible. I do think that this is something that they missed, that they definitely need to get together, so it's good to hear that that's coming. Don't get me wrong, I don't play duos, so it's not really a big deal for me. But I'm not a selfish person, and I understand how these things work. And I understand that this is a big feature that a lot of people have been asking for. So that's wonderful to hear. Core gameplay. We've seen the conversation about what core gameplay could or should look like in the future. And we want to clear one thing up. We love that 2xKO is fast-paced, allowing your reactions and creativity to shine while providing a ton of depth to dig into. The skill ceiling of this game is high, and that's where it's going to stay. I think that's good. I think just taking a direction is good, right? Knowing that you can't do both. If you were to change this direction here, it would be like turning your back on all the people that have supported you so far. And there's a lot of like people that might not see this as good because they're like, oh man, I'm just going to get cornered, placed in the corner and I have to wait for a 30-second cutscene. I understand where people are coming from and maybe they need to tweak that still, definitely, with particular characters and whatnot, and maybe some certain combos, but I don't think it's as bad as people say. We'll continue making balance changes to hit the outliers in the meta while keeping the source of every character at a high level. We want every champion to have defined strengths and weaknesses, and right now that's not clear enough across all the cast. Yes, this is true, right? Because you've got characters like Jinx. She has clear issues with, like, if you throw out a rocket, you're fucking dead. And then, like, some of her normals aren't the best and all this sort of stuff, right? That's the reason. That's why she's weak, because she's a zoner. She has things that people don't have. Traps and rockets and all this sort of stuff that can deal damage without even going close to another character and having to worry about them hitting you or whatnot. She has those things, but she has these strengths and weaknesses that make her who she is. Oh, and to add, Ahri seems like the best zoner in the game because anything she throws out, it feels like she can confirm. And then Echo and Yasuo are just like insane. They have so many mix-ups. They've got no weaknesses, so they definitely do need some tweaks. Community and competitive program. We're looking to push how we support 2xKO tournament organizers and their communities in more ways. The 2xKO competitive schedule is going strong. And our next challenge event is at Genesis X3. Tune into the stream starting today, Feb 13th, which is annoying because I missed the pools. Among other things, we're working on a program that will give local TOs access to exclusive in-game prizing, which can't be earned anywhere else. Riot, you will never see this. Please don't make it avatar items. Make it something where people get pissed off that they can't get it. Make it that. And I know it's a bad idea, potentially a bad idea, because people will be like, oh my god, I can't get this. There's no store near me or whatever. You've got to make it so it's an item where they have to go to an event, because you have to encourage people to go to these events. If it's an avatar item, who gives a fucking crap? But if it's a skin for their favorite champion, hey, hell, I'll go to an event. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm going to some events this year. I'm going to Evo. But if there was a Jinx skin that you could only get if you went to a local place, I'm 1000% going. I'm 1000% going. I can't miss out on the Jinx skins. I know that the goal is to give smaller TOs new tools to expand and reward players for joining the local community. I know that's good. That sounds great. Ooh, applications to join the program. That would be well fun. Put on an event. I feel like I could really make that a thing. My special bit of autism will make that awesome. What we're hearing. We've also seen a few other conversations that we wanted to recognize. No major updates to share on these, but there's a quick recap of what we're hearing. Ranked. Edge cases that affect finding fair matches. Yeah, there was like a couple of tweets or such that like somebody as a challenger was going against bronze players. Like, how is that fair? Screen tearing. Yeah, that's obviously a thing. I thought they fixed that in the latest patch, but maybe not. Yasuo and Echo. These two characters are some of the sauciest in the roster, but we also see that the weaknesses aren't apparent enough at the highest level of play, which they're not. They are incredibly strong, and they're picked up by nearly everyone, and it's just pretty broken, to be honest with you. I don't want them to lose what makes them special, but they just have such a good kit. And it's like, why would you ever pick anyone when you could pick somebody that can do everything? What's next, though? Oh, man, this is the real exciting part. So we've got 2 new champions confirmed. The first is Akali. I want to take this frame by frame here. First of all, I think she looks great. I do think that her champion design is not as cool as she usually looks. I think it might be the long hair, to be honest with you. But usually she just kind of has this flair and this style which just goes hard. For some reason, I just feel like she's not quite got the detail that she normally has. Now, this is a work in progress, to be fair. Like, they've absolutely slapped the Riot with the wrench in the hand, sort of, to say to everyone, this is a work in progress. So I think people need to just take it with a pinch of salt at the moment. Just chill out for 1 second, because they could still make some design changes before she actually releases. There's just something about her which just isn't right. I think it might be the trousers and the hair and the face. But I'm excited to hear that she's coming. I think she's a fantastic character to bring into the roster. I'm very excited to play her, especially because there is another character, Senna, which has also been introduced. I don't know if I would be picking her up at all, just for the simple fact that I think it's going to be like potentially another Caitlyn situation where it's too much Zona focused. For Akali, we would be replacing Echo, which would be fantastic to replace, because Echo's just kind of like good with Jinx, but not the best. So I'm really trying to find somebody with Jinx that works really well with her. And Akali could be that person. But yeah, this is Akali. She has a little backdash. I think that's a move. I'm unsure if that's a backdash. It sounded like a backdash. Yeah, it sounded like a backdash. And then into this move here, which is kind of like a teleport. Teleports behind you. So that meme there. You know what? Let's do a quick one big watch through, and then we'll do a breakdown. Right, so we don't really see much. This is a 7-second clip. But we got the shampoo. Obviously, catches in lack in there. Kicks him. Low. So we got like maybe medium. Down medium. This seems like a move. This seems like an S1 or an S2 here. That's oh, that could be the heavy though. Because she's using this as part of her heavy. And this is obviously a charged heavy move. This one here. As you can see with the red. Although you could do charge moves on S2s, S1 and S2s and such. So it could potentially be that. Right. Then we got another knee hit with the... What is this weapon called? I can't remember what this weapon... I was thinking for the life of me what this weapon was called, but I genuinely can't remember. That has got to be S2 or like forward S1. And then back to the ground again. And that's all we have. There's not much to go on. There really isn't much to go on there. But yeah, it looks super fun. Cannot wait to try her out. And even though I might not be playing her as much, I'm looking forward to playing Senna as well. So, first of all, let's see what she looks like. Very cool. Yeah, very cool. Like the style, like the gun, like what she's wearing. Very solid. Looks very much like how she looks in League, although they have changed her hairstyle slightly. Interesting. The weapon moves as she moves. Big gun. This is kind of like big gun as a big sword vibe. Now, the big question on my mind is, what do those souls do? Right? She now has a soul. What does that do? I wonder if the souls allow her to go into this form? Although that would be odd. Bang, bang. Oh, but she got 2 souls. 1 soul, 2nd soul, and now she's in this haunted form. And after she used this move, she's still in the haunted form. So I wonder if she's a character that changes based on when she gets souls. And it might not be 2 souls. It might be she has to get like 5. There's no real visual indication when she has a particular amount of souls. You know, the cape was already green. And then she turns into this ghost form. And when she finishes the combo, she's still in it. So it could be that she stays in it for like an X amount of time. Or it's permanent after a certain amount of souls. Fast enemies with massive counters rush them down in a wraith form. A character that can do both things, though, could be quite strong. But that's it for the article. There's some really great things that we're hearing from here. They still recognize that some champs are way too strong. They are doubling down on making an FGC experience game instead of going to the casuals. I think that if this game stays healthy, maybe there's a chance to get those casuals back in line. But right now, you've got to focus on the people that are playing your game. And that's the hardcore. That's the hardcore peeps.